Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Jim, and today I wanted to talk with you about some of the side effects of losing weight. And everybody wants to lose weight, it seems, especially this time of year. And I've taken some notes on some things and thought I'd share with you some of the side effects. And if you were to think of side effects on weight loss, most people would probably think about maybe craving sweets, or a side effect might be hunger all the time, or a side effect might be not feeling enough energy. And those are all side effects that we probably have gone through if you're like me and you've gone on some of these diets and everything. But what I found is the number one side effect of losing weight is also losing muscle mass or lean body mass, which would include muscle and other masses of tissue in the body that are lean and not fat. And that is not good, because that's one of the main reasons that we are unable to keep that weight loss off, and one of the reasons that we are unable to efficiently lose weight and keep it off in the long run. And so I've taken some notes, and I've got my notes here that I'm looking at because I wanted to make sure that I get everything to you correctly. But if you think about all those side effects, and you think about the biggest side effect is losing lean body mass or muscle mass, kind of a bad deal. And so some of the studies show that there's some diets where you are not eating enough protein. You might have 50% fat loss and 50% lean mass or muscle mass loss. Not good, because you're losing a lot, just as much of the good stuff as you are of the bad stuff, right? Other studies showed on different diets you might lose 70% fat, and you then have 30% of the lean mass or the muscle mass that you're losing. That's much better, but still what we really want to try to achieve at a minimum is to have 75% of our weight loss be fat loss, and only 25% be lean body mass or lean or muscle mass. And it's important to keep your protein up when you are doing these things to lose weight. And so a lot of our diets these days don't necessarily do that, and we get on these fad diets and we miss out on a lot of things. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit, because the next section that I kind of looked into was micronutrient deficiencies. And when we eat less, we get less nutrition, right? So for example, a lot of people are on the new drug semaglutide and the GLP-1s, right? And they're great drugs. They help people lose weight. They affect your brain, how you crave and things like that, and they affect how the food goes through your body and make you feel full. But if you're eating less food, then you're getting less nutrients. And if you're not changing that food to give you the nutrients that you need, then you're going to be nutrient deficient, right? And so people eating less means less nutrients. And most people just eating normally don't get enough nutrients in the day as it is, because we, and especially in the United States, are eating a lot of foods that are processed, that don't have as much nutrients in them as they should. And so we are eating more food than we should, and we're getting less nutrients than we should. And so that's with just regular amounts of food. So when you go on a diet, imagine what you're doing to your body then, especially if you're going on a diet with processed things, right? And not all processing is bad, but if you're not getting all the nutrients you need, your body is going to be craving nutrients, and that's why it's starting to eat away at your lean body mass, because it needs those nutrients to function. And that's why people will lose 30%, 50% of their lean muscle mass. Kind of scary, so if you choose calorie rich foods, right, and they're processed, etc. But you're losing the chance to get the nutrients that you need, right? So you want not calorie-rich foods like processed foods, but you want nutrient-rich foods when you go on to diets, right? And we've been taught for a long time about reducing meats and reducing this and that, and eating lots of vegetables, which is good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that we have, though, lost track of the nutrients that are in proteins, and how much our body needs proteins. And the research is showing now that we need these proteins in order to keep that lean body mass and sustain that weight loss. So if you're losing the chance to get those nutrients that you need, it's going to take time to change your tastes, right? Because you're used to processed foods, you're used to that sugar that's in the foods, you're used to all the chemicals that make that food taste the way it does. And it's going to take some time as you start eating healthy and doing the things that you need to do to lose weight to change your tastes. So one of the things that I think about is you have to be able to love yourself wherever you're at, whether you're 100 pounds overweight or 5 pounds overweight. You still need to love yourself, and you have to give yourself some time to get into the habits of eating the right foods that are nutrient rich, and learn to develop a taste for these foods, and you can have just as much good food that tastes just as good. It just takes some time for you to develop that taste. And the other part is that because it's difficult to change your tastes over time, it's difficult to be consistent, right? So if I go on a diet and I say I'm going to be a vegetarian from right now, and I'm going to do that for the next 6 months until I lose all this weight, and I get a week in and I haven't eaten any meat, and my body's just going, oh my God, I need meat, I need meat, I need meat. And it's difficult for me to continue that as eating as a vegetarian, let's say, and not have the meat. And that's why so many people fail at diets and quit and go back to what they used to do. So you have to give yourself some time, and you have to be patient, and you have to be forgiving when you fail, right? So if, let's say, you choose the vegetarian lifestyle, right? You need to be able to do that, and then when you break down, okay, I broke down for the day, I'm going to go back and hit it again tomorrow. It's okay. I'm not successful today, but I will continue on. And so this is our body just telling us we need nutrients, right? I broke down, I ate a bunch of protein or meat because I needed it, or I broke down and I ate a bunch of sugar because I'm used to it. But the thing is you want to start becoming aware of your body and how it feels when you eat different foods. How does it feel when you're only eating vegetables? How does it feel when you're eating lots of sugar? Does it feel better when you eat meat? Does it feel better when you eat vegetables? What is it that makes you feel full so you're not hungry? Those are the things that you want to start thinking about as you're taking on your new diet. So then the next thing I thought about is, how do I prevent losing too much muscle mass? Because remember, we talked about a little bit earlier the saying muscle burns fat, and that lean body mass is what helps us be efficient in digesting our food and burning the fuel that we need to burn, and burning the fat and keeping that off. So one of the first things that you can do, especially as we get older, I'm almost 60 now, and as we get older, it's more and more important to do resistance training or lifting weights of some sort, right? And doing that 2 to 4 times a week can make a difference. I have a friend that is a personal trainer, been a personal trainer for many years, very, very, very successful. And he has people in their 80s and 90s coming in to his personal training clinic and doing weight resistance training on a regular basis. Now, I'm not saying you have to go in there and be pushing 100 pounds and, on 300 pounds and all this kind of stuff. You just need to be in there doing your best at weight training or resistance training, and we've learned over the years, you got to do cardio and you've got to do running and all of this, and you don't. You should do those things as well, and you want to be moving and everything, but we found that resistance training is very important in building that muscle, and as you get older especially, keeping that muscle mass so that your body is efficient and utilizes the food and the nutrients the way that it's supposed to. The second thing is protein consumption, right? So we want to make sure as we are eating in our diets, we want to make sure that we are getting enough protein. Now, whether you choose a vegan diet, vegetarian diet, keto diet, carnivore, all meat, it's, people think that's crazy. So there's a lot of people that do that. Whatever Atkins, whatever diet it is, you need to make sure that you're understanding how important it is to make sure that you get the proper amount of protein. And we're not going to go into the numbers today of what you need, because everybody's different depending on their body, their goals, how much energy they're expending. And so you can look up, on Google easily enough on how to figure out how much protein you need in a day, depending on your activity and all that kind of stuff. But when you have, for example, a diet that you're eating less, or if we talked about the new drugs that are out that cause you to eat less, you're going to get less protein, right? You're going to get less micronutrients. You're going to get less of everything. And if you are not paying attention to your protein, which is probably the most important aspect of these diets, and when you're losing weight, then you're going to be less efficient. You're going to lose more lean body mass, and you're going to be less efficient at losing weight and less efficient at being able to keep that weight off for the long term. So how do we decrease calories but we don't decrease our protein, right? And so we want to maintain about 0.75 grams to 1 gram of protein for every pound of your ideal weight. So if you choose, let's say you want to be 150 pounds, okay? So if you choose 150 pounds, you want to eat between, we'll say 100 to 150 grams of protein. And that 1 is a really high number, right? And even the 75 might seem like a high number to you, but there's lots of ways to get your protein, right? But that's the basic gist of it. And so you want to make sure you're getting your protein and then filling in all those other things. And that's how I see it. That's my opinion. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but that's my opinion on how you want to do that. One of the things that I have found that makes it really easy for me is to drink protein shakes, right? And there's a lot of protein shakes out there. You can get some real cheap ones that are not that good, and you can get some really expensive ones that may be good, and some expensive ones that you're just paying a lot of fluff for shipping and all these bonuses. There's a lot of the marketing programs out there, and so you want to try and find a mix of that. You want to find something that you can afford, and you might want to find something that you can make sure is good, that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, and which is carbs and basically the things that keep you fat, right? And so shakes are excellent. So I've found a company that I use, and it's called Live Good, and they have these shakes here. And this is a great shake. This is the all vegetarian shake, and it's about 100 calories per serving, right? And it's got 30 servings in it, and it's only about $35, right? I think it's $30 for the people that are in the membership program. And things that I like about this, if you look over here on this side here, is it tells you all the different things that are important for your nutrition. One, organic, right? You're not going to get a lot of chemicals. You're not going to get any chemicals, right, from growing of the foods. It's also no sugar added up here, if you can see that, right? No sugar added. It's got no natural flavors added. You're getting all natural flavors, right? Dairy-free for those of you that can't have dairy. And it's gluten-free, right? So gluten-free, gluten comes from wheat. And so there's no wheat products in there, which makes it no gluten-free, which is good. They also have the whey protein isolate. Now, if you're going to get whey protein, you want to get the isolate also, because whey protein is not that great. But when you get whey protein isolate, it's much more pure and it works for you. But again, we Live Good that I'm working with right now has some great stuff. It's non-GMO, right? Non-GMO. It's gluten-free again, right? Soy-free, sugar-free. So both of their products, whether you get the vegetarian or the whey protein isolate, is sugar-free. Isn't that great? And so I can tell you, from myself drinking this, one, it gives me 20 grams of protein. So when I'm on a diet or I'm not feeling like I want to eat or I don't have time to eat or whatever, I can drink one of these, get 20 grams of protein. 20 grams by drinking a shake. Cost me about $1 per drink. And that's a pretty darn good deal. So to get 20 grams of protein, out of a burger, let's say, you're gonna spend, just for the burger, maybe $4. If you're gonna go to a fast food place, you're gonna spend $8 to $10 on a burger, right? Here I'm getting the protein, I'm eating chocolate, which I love, and it is gonna give me all of that for $1. And I know that I'm getting the best product because I'm getting organic. I'm getting all those things that are not supposed to be included taken out of that product, or never put in, really, is what it comes down to. And also, in both of these, you get the essential aminos. So I'm taking some notes. Free-form aminos are important, and so it's essential to get those aminos. And I take some other products as well to make sure that I get my aminos every day, and I do that 2 to 3 times a day. And it really helps with me maintaining my weight loss. So I've lost over 100 pounds, close to 150 pounds, and it helps me in maintaining that. And when we have enough protein and we're able to maybe get a quick drink and get 20 extra grams of protein, we feel full, because the protein makes us feel full, right? So when you're eating veggies all the time, for example, and you can eat as many veggies as you want, but you're constantly hungry. When you eat protein, that protein satiates you for longer. And it frees up the body to not burn muscle, because now you've got protein going into your body, and now you're no longer in a situation where you're calorie deficit, right? Where you're eating less calories than you're spending, and you're not in that situation where you're burning muscle instead of fat, because we want that body to burn the fat and not burn the muscle. So you want to keep getting protein in there so it doesn't go to your muscles, right? So those are the things that I wanted to talk to you about. I just wanted to share with you the products of the shakes with you today that I'm drinking and that I have found to be very, very helpful. And probably the second biggest thing that's important to me is that it's very, very helpful to me on my budget. So I like that. And it's great to have a quality product that I know is giving me the nutrition I need and not giving me all the extra sugar, giving me all the chemical things that some of these other shakes might be giving me. Obviously, first, let's make sure you're eating your meats and chickens and eggs and things like that and getting in those proteins. But this is an excellent way to make sure that you are not overeating and keeping up with what you need to do for either weight loss or for maintaining your weight loss and maintaining your muscle mass, whatever your goal is, because maybe you're trying to gain muscle and getting more protein, right? It's a great way to add protein to your diet. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. I wanted to talk to you just over quickly again. The biggest side effect of losing weight is muscle mass loss. We don't want to lose any more muscle than we have to. Another side effect is that micronutrients. Most of us don't get enough micronutrients as it is in just our regular food. So if you are losing weight and at a calorie deficit, you're losing even more micronutrients, and you can get that through the shakes, and make sure that you are getting those micronutrients, protein, keeping that muscle mass going so that your body burns fat. And so anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope that it's something that you can use in your life. And if you found value in this, please share, please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you think that someone else that you know might find value, please share this video with them and help them. If you have any desire to have any more information, please see down in the comments below. You can go to the website there and get even more information, more detailed on these shakes and other things that will help you in your journey. So anyway, have a great day, and thanks a lot.